This is the fourth video presentation for the CASE Natural Resources and Ecology course. As you view this video, be sure to make notes of important information. Feel free to pause, repeat, and resume the video whenever necessary. The formation of soils, Lesson 2.1, Soils and Land. You completed Lesson 1.2, Building Biomes. One characteristic of biomes in ecosystems is soil. The top few feet of the Earth's crust influence ecosystem development. This presentation provides information about how soils are formed and the role that process plays in ecosystem development. The 5 factors that influence the type of soil formed and the rate at which it is formed are parent material, climate, organisms, topography, and time. These factors are interconnected. We will take a closer look at each of these factors. Parent material is the precursor of soil. The type of parent material influences the fertility and texture of the final soil. Climate can break parent material down through the freeze-thaw cycle, through heat, and through weathering by precipitation or wind. Organisms, especially plant roots and microorganisms, also work to break parent material into smaller particles. If the parent material is rock on a hill, the forces of gravity, along with the other forces mentioned, will eventually break down this parent material into soil. Areas of high rainfall will have more plant material growing and more microorganisms living in the soil. More organic matter is developed that will decay, accumulate, and change the properties of the soil. Low rainfall areas, such as deserts, have very static soils because the lack of vegetation does not support many of the soil-forming factors previously discussed. Warmer climates speed up biological and chemical changes in the soil. You could expect to find very deep and well-developed soils in areas with both high rainfall and warm temperatures. Temperature and rainfall levels have a major impact on organisms. Soil organisms add organic matter to the soil and also work to physically break down larger particles. Macroorganisms like burrowing animals, worms, and plant roots also create tunnels for air and water to follow down into the soil. Chemical reactions are also promoted by organisms. At the bottom of every hill, there is a stream or intermittent waterway. Water is a major force in soil development. Steeper grades accelerate water movement. Water will accumulate energy as it flows downhill. The faster the flow, the more rock, organic matter, and soil the water will be able to carry. Flat grades will collect water in a more stagnant state, allowing water to soak into the ground rather than run off. These are important characteristics to remember as you investigate soil formation. The time required to break parent material down will vary depending on the action by other factors as described previously. Some of the factors that work to form soil can also destroy soil. Erosion happens naturally, but can be exacerbated by some human activities. Under what circumstances is soil erosion more likely to happen? Pause the video while you respond to the question. Resume the video to check your answers. Steep ground, excessive water, uncovered soil, and high wind will all contribute to soil erosion. For water-related erosion, it is best to maintain some kind of vegetation or layer of organic matter on the surface to absorb water and lessen its impact on soil particles. Vegetation will provide protection against wind erosion as well. But in high wind areas, windbreaks, such as tree lines, are planted on the edge of fields to slow surface winds. Addition, reduction, translocation, and transformation are the four processes that form soil. An example of addition occurs in a riverbank where the stream deposits sediment and creates or moves the channel. Reduction is usually detrimental to soil. Leaching occurs in areas with high rainfall. Nutrients and important minerals are washed through the soil profile, and what is left is less desirable for plant growth. Translocation happens within a soil profile. Leaching is also a form of translocation. Transformation is when soil changes in its place. If no forces move parent material from one place to another, eventually the parent material will break down into smaller particles and become more soil-like. As a review, mark or highlight 3 key points in your notes that are important to remember from this presentation. List 2 ideas or concepts that relate to previous knowledge. List any questions you have about this topic. Discuss these questions with your instructor. Keep any notes you have from this presentation organized and available for use throughout the course. Through Project 211, Soil Comics, you will depict the process of soil formation by drawing a comic strip. This will help you understand how soil formation factors influence soil types and uses. Your teacher will share instructions and expectations for the project, including the Project 211 evaluation rubric.